What's up, everybody? It's your girl Melissa Renee with Dreambella.com, home for the melanin beauty, and we are here with episode 14. And we have a returning guest, Miss Georgia.
Hey,
y'all know what she do? The poetry. You know, you can tell them if you want to tell them again.
I'm a poet, photographer. I actually sell earrings now. Got a lot of stuff going on, so yeah.
Okay.
Are those a pair of your earrings that you're wearing now, or no?
No, these are one of the reasons why though. Somebody made them for me.
That's
And,
cute.
And you got into it?
Yeah, and then I tried to give the idea to the lady at Mama Africa in the mall because I found a boat way to buy earrings, and I was just like, hey, it's a win-win.
Mm-hmm.
But she couldn't find them, so I went back and I got them. They similar to the ones you got on now.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we got our girl, the mixologist over here, Miss Vita.
Ready to get in.
Okay, so on honor of Black History Month, we are doing a black martini, okay? And y'all already know how we do drinks. We don't have we cut on ingredients. You know, maybe if y'all share, you know, we can get our likes and our views up. We can afford more ingredients.
You're so silly. You're not cutting on this one. They say
So I'm true?
Yeah, 1 part vodka
Yes.
and half parts of blackberry liquor.
Oh, so I had it wrong. I said 2 parts, but it's 1 part vodka and it's 2 part of the
Half.
black raspberry. This is Ciroc, but you can use any black raspberry liqueur.
Yeah, you will. The theme is for it to have a color. So.
Yeah, we don't have the color. I don't have no
We'll see how.
I don't have no dye. I got some red dye.
We don't need no red dye. We good. We'll make it work. We'll give this a little.
I was trying to find stuff that was with the color. I should have brought like some black coloring. But I didn't think, somebody suggested that to use black dye, black food coloring, but I just didn't know how that would taste because I thought about black licorice. Black licorice nasty, black icing is disgusting.
It's nasty.
So I couldn't imagine how black food coloring would.
It's gonna be straight. You might need some color for this.
Why, you think it's gonna be too strong? You always worry about things being too strong. I be ready for the strongness.
Okay.
It's
No, you ready for the strongness?
I'm ready for the strongness. I'm ready to get lit. It's the end of Black History Month. We're going out with a bang.
That's why I typically mix a drink before the show so I can know. I done drunk this and
You want
didn't
me
even pay attention to the color ever. I mean,
You want some grenadine? Want me to get some grenadine? If George over there drinking Jack Daniels straight in her teacup.
Well, you know, they said that was made by a black man, so in honor of Black History Month, hey.
I did see that when you posted that Jack Daniels was made by a black man and they stole it. Just like they stole the chicken nugget. I don't know how true that is, but I heard
they stole the chicken nugget.
I heard a rumor. I don't know if it was a joke or not, but I heard they had the black man came up with the chicken nugget and they stole it, and that's how we got chicken nuggets.
Well, I tell you what we are gonna do.
What?
I'm gonna sneak off, which is against Juan's filming, and I'm gonna grab some sugar so we can do the rim because this is just straight cold vodka. That's all. It's chill.
It
vodka.
is. It's chill vodka.
That's all it is.
I'm about to
I need a little more
You need a little more?
than just that. Yeah.
So you need some grenadine.
No, I just need some sugar. So like
You gonna put some sugar in it?
no, I'm gonna guzzle this down and be right. And I think I've used all of this.
You want to take some of the black martini?
I'm making her one.
Oh. Oh. Thank you, producer.
Thank you guys.
And co-producer.
Thank you guys.
That's a producer assistant. What they call them? Shake it. I'm put my
Let me
lemon
make
on.
George's on like I wanted to make mine first. Hook up.
So she put
How you
some
gonna
sugar
wet the
in.
glass?
Oh,
You
got
gonna run the
this.
lemon around
Put
it?
the lemon
Yeah.
around it.
And then I'm gonna make this space here and pour the sugar right there so I can just swirl it.
Oh, see, I know nothing about this. I just drink Jack and Coke. Very simple.
This is supposed to be black though, but it's still a black martini.
It's okay.
It just ain't black.
We used to say
Yeah, the blackness too.
Yeah, there we go.
All right now.
That
Oh,
was
snap.
Mississippi.
Let's see.
Be quick on my feet sometimes, you know. Oh, there we go.
I don't have a problem with it.
As you, my cousin, she's a bartender, and
I think it's just
She
she
make-
flows so nicely.
like all kind of drinks and stuff, and sometimes they be layered. And thank you.
Okay. I like it. I think the lemon does help it though. If it didn't have like some lemon juice in it, it wouldn't help it be a little
bit in there.
yeah. Lemon juice help. It's not. It's just right.
So I'm gonna just kind of down it.
Shot myself in.
She about to be litty.
I got a little trail mix to cut it.
Oh. Okay, y'all. So that's our drink for the night. Oh,
pretty
cheers, cheers, cheers.
Cheers.
That's our drink for the night. Our black martini without the black. Y'all know me. Y'all don't send me to the store to buy the
This is
Y'all
just
know.
how it is when you at somebody's house. Like, what you got to drink? Yeah, I love this, I love that, and you just figure something out.
Put some Kool-Aid in there. Make it
I got the ingredients.
some
Yeah,
Kool-Aid?
I do. I got the real ingredients. I just ain't got the
Drop a
real.
little purple Kool-Aid in there.
I just ain't got the coloring. But anyway,
I'm
We-
sorry.
ooh, that's Michael. We gonna send Michael with y'all, and him and Manny can be together. Child, Michael be scared. Michael gonna
I know.
What?
They old stout behinds.
What? I got Manny that big? I don't think Manny that is
They
big.
ain't that big, but they both. They ain't face fat. He
He just so his face always been so
got
wild
a big
and
old
cute.
wide back. Man, he can wear 3 teeth.
Yeah. Michael wear 3 teeth.
Man, he ain't 2 yet.
Mike is too now.
I forgot to cancel my hair appointment.
You go to somebody to twist your hair? Who you go to?
Denise at Indigo Soul.
Oh, I heard. That's
Where's
who
that?
Gabrielle was trying to go to.
They in Somerville now, Denise and Kalani.
I really don't know.
Yeah, she do interlock.
It's over there by where Kane's at off of Rivers, right? Or over there.
Somerville, no.
No,
Oh,
they
she
in
in Somerville?
yeah,
Oh, they not over there
They
anymore?
were about a mom.
Oh, okay. Well, let me start back. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the topics. And the first topic we're gonna get into, of course, is Jussie Smollett, and I call it the Smollett Gate, but the Smollett Gate, yeah. But it's not just with Jussie and all of the stuff he do. Of course, we're gonna discuss that. But I also wanted to talk about like the way that people kind of took on to the story when it first was told. So, I mean, the first question we're gonna get into it, Jussie, is when y'all first heard the story, did you believe it? Be honest. Did you believe it? If you believed it, say yeah. If you didn't believe it,
I
believed it.
I had questions. That's all. I had questions.
You had questions.
I'm gonna say when I heard it, I was just like, well, and how they told the story, they was just they told what happened, and I was like, wow, they should have a lot of camera footage because it's Chicago. I knew that, but then they were like, and yeah, he came. When they found him, or he came in, or whenever he was reporting it at some point, it was like he still had the rope around his neck, and that's Who just sits around with a rope
That
around their
demonstrates
neck
it.
just so you can prove something? That was my only thought, and it was just like it's going to be interesting to see this beat down because I just knew I was about to see a beat down like on video for these white guys. I was waiting on that.
Okay.
I was waiting on the proof.
How about you? Did you believe it?
No.
You didn't.
She's about
Like, no, cause, I didn't believe it because not too many celebrities just walking around by themselves.
That's true.
Like, they always have somebody with them, their security, their entourage, something.
Right.
Especially if they're gay or like Charlamagne, he got waxed because he got beat up. Like, if they know it's a chance for them to get beat up, they're going to have somebody with them. Like, they're not just going to be by themselves. So none of it made sense. Like, so as soon as I heard it, I was just like, yeah, all right, whatever. Like, and I ain't even pay no more attention. But what kind of kind of irked me was how the people were just like, oh my God, this happened.
And see, that's how I first heard about it. I'm on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I see all these celebrities pray for
I'm like,
Jussie.
wow,
And I'm like, well, what's going on? So I'm
First of all,
trying to
like,
find
who
out
is
what
that?
was happening.
I didn't even know who it was. Like, who? It was like the dude from Empire was like, oh, they were like the gay one. I was like, oh, I didn't even know his
That's
name.
why I lied, because people like you like, that man needs to make a name for himself.
That's probably
Well, I will be honest. When I first heard it, I will tell you exactly what I said, and I'm going to own up and fess to it, and I'm not going to be ashamed. When I first heard it, I was like, ooh, I was like, see, they trying to do this, some shit Lee Daniels and them doing, because they trying to boost up Empire ratings, and they trying to come back with a bang. That's the first thing that I said, because I was like, it don't sound right. I didn't understand 2:00 in the morning, it's freezing cold, and you going to get a sub. I was just like, just something about that.
No,
Don't sound something about that don't necessarily
Now,
sound right. And then the next thing
that's when
was
I started hearing the full story. See, when I first heard, I just saw it posted, and I was just like, wow, I read a short story. But then when I started hearing the details of what time in the morning, and he was going to a Subway.
Yeah.
See,
I
felt like
then
it was a little interesting.
it was, and then when I heard he didn't call the police, because my thing is, if you get attacked, I would think the first thing you would be doing is like calling the police or trying to get to a hospital or something. Like, but you called your manager. That was a little, kind of weird as well. So I was already a suspect, but because people who were already saying stuff like, I don't believe it, run the tape, I need to see the tape, I need to see the evidence. They got crucified for saying that, and it was like so many, I can't believe the black community would be. Yeah, so I was just like, you know what, I don't want to argue. So I said, I'm just going to keep my mouth closed, and we'll wait on the evidence. Time will tell, because I'm not against, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So I was like, so I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to close my big fat pork chop lips, and I'm going to wait until the evidence come out. And if, they say it was something, then it's something. And if they say it wasn't, then I was right. So, but that brings on a lot of situations and a lot of things, like with the Chris Brown situation. I saw when it came out about the rape thing, I immediately saw people like, see, I knew it. You think he'll learn his lesson. He back at it again. Ain't no coming back. Chris Brown canceled. And all of this poses to me certain things. Like, for one, I feel like we're in an age right now in society where they kind of crucify you or demonize you for going with listening to having your own thought and opinion and listening to your own instincts. So it's like, because it's not, it's like, and it's not with everything. It's only with particular things. Like, you can't speak against, women, and you can't speak against gay people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So immediately, if a gay person or if a woman says anything, then it's like I have to instantly believe it first before I have any doubt, and I can't listen to my own.
But they're a lot of people are selective about that, Because when the R. Kelly little documentary came out, everybody was still like, I ain't throwing my 12 play away. Or them women knew what they were doing. Them girls knew what they were doing.
But look at why though. Probably why? Because they were black women. Probably because they were black women. So it's easier to cast doubt on a black woman versus you saying something in regards to a white woman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or even a black man. Jussie.
What?
Everybody jumped on Jussie bandwagon.
Jumped up, but I only think they jumped on Jussie bandwagon because he was gay.
Yeah.
If he was not gay, then they wouldn't have done it. That's why I tell you, it's like some sacred, like it's like some sacred, like protection that's over the LGBTQ XYZ community.
They feel like
where they can do no wrong because they've been victims. Yeah. And my thing is, I understand the situations in the plagues you had to endure because of, you know, people bashing you because of your sexuality. Mm-hmm. You're being discriminated or certain prejudices, and you fearing for your life because you're getting, you know, even harmed or killed because of other people's own insecurities about your lifestyle. Like, I definitely get it. But let's not
black, so you get it.
Yeah, I get it. But the whole point is, at the same time, that doesn't mean that every gay person in the world don't lie, don't cheat, don't kill, don't steal, don't do anything wrong. Mm-hmm. So I feel like in Jussie's situation, while people were coming at people like, oh, this is what's wrong, you're gay, he gay. Like, for one, nobody didn't believe him because he was gay. Nobody didn't believe him because he was black and gay. Nobody didn't believe him because people just hate gay people. People didn't believe him because the motherfucking story didn't add the fuck up. Point blank, that was it. The shit, it could have been a straight nigga say that shit and I would have been like, nigga, that shit don't sound motherfucking right. People gonna crucify me for saying that shit. But just like how I felt about the Beyonce shit, I bring Beyonce up and being pregnant with Blue. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I saw her fucking stomach fold. I seen that shit. I saw the baby stomach fold. And y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna make me think otherwise. People make you think you're crazy when you bring it up. Like bitch, you didn't see that. You didn't see her stomach fold. That never happened. Like, come on. Like, I love Beyonce. I'm not gonna demonize her because she might wanted to put a fake belly on because she wanted people. She didn't want people, or maybe she was going through something and she felt a certain way about not being able to conceive at that time because it came out that she had miscarriages. Mm-hmm. So nobody's going to crucify her for that. But don't be talking about who you gonna believe. You gonna believe
me? Take a lot of pictures with. She didn't publicize.
She didn't. Fuck the pictures. She did with her twins.
What you call her on the yacht and everything, belly out.
Listen, damn the pictures. Let's talk about the live footage with her stomach folded in. Like, that is proof.
I never saw that. I never saw it.
You never saw the stomach?
I never saw the
she did a one-on-one interview when she was getting up. When she was getting up, it was a one-on-one. She had red on. It was a one-on-one interview. And when I saw it, I was like, I did not see what I just saw. And I rewind the shit back to make sure that's not what I saw. And sure enough, when she got up, her stomach folded in. Not went to the side. Not, because, you know, that could just be the baby moving. The shit went in, like horizontal.
I never saw
it. Folded.
I've always heard people talk about it.
Yeah. It did. So it was like, but for you to even say that, like, okay, we know that Beyonce wasn't really pregnant with Blue. Oh, you just a hater. You just you hate Beyonce. No, how about I believe my motherfucking eyes? That's what the fuck I saw. Like, you're not gonna, like, it's like you said, who you gonna believe, me or your lying eyes? No, my eyes, this is real. I saw the shit. But that's
think
where
the problem
society is
you
at right
gotta
now.
go with the majority.
It's like,
and
yeah.
anybody who doesn't, even people who think the same thing you think, they want to be with the majority.
They scared to say, and that's where I feel like we're headed at. Like, we're, even with this whole Jesse thing, it's like, we are in a place where it's getting to a point where people are afraid to say what's on their mind because of the ridicule and the backlash that you get.
Come back, like, because I've seen a lot of celebrities, you know, prayers for Jesse, all this stuff. How many of them have come and say, Jesse, if this shit was scam,
maybe they're saying pray for him because he's a liar.
No,
this was before they knew he was a liar.
This was fun. No, nobody came back and said
Ain't nobody saying
and I looked
I
up
take my prayers back. Goddamn.
I mean,
big facts. Think you gotta be praying for you ain't in heaven? Let me get that back, God.
But I saw Taraji took that post off her page though, and I saw Lee Daniels took that shit off his page. Now you done took it off your page, and my thing is, let me not even get for people publicly saying nothing. Okay, maybe you don't want to publicly say something, but I sure as hell hope if y'all are celebrities and y'all know Justin, y'all pray for Justin, putting up pictures with you and him, I sure as hell hope that you called this nigga or you went to his house and said, Jesse, now you know you ran the fuck out. You know you ran the fuck out, right? And I don't give a damn. He's like, I don't give a damn. He's like, it's true. What we not about to do, Jesse, is we not about to
hear this.
We not about to go here when we see the Africans on the video. They on the video behind the shit. They on the camera.
Like, I think my biggest issue with it is he's a celebrity that is way out of the tax bracket of us regular people. And regular people can't have a conversation with it because, like you just said, if somebody disagree with it, it's a problem. So you're causing conflict in the community all because you want to lie about something. Like, now you got straight people saying that, oh, well, you know, the whole, it's not that you're gay, like, no one did it. And gay people like, oh, so you against gay people? No.
Yeah.
That's not what we're saying. We're saying none of this add up.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But at the end of the day, is gay people putting their guard up and their signs up saying, all right, hey, we got to fight for our rights. And then in the community of black people, the straight people are just like, how long y'all gonna keep fighting for these same rights that y'all already got? And then you got the white gay people trying to compare that to Black history. Like, what? Like, it's just a whole lot. And it's like, bruh, y'all, you causing confusion and conflict, and it's chaotic, and we broke. So people down here broke fighting because of your ass, and they can't get out of jail. They don't got the money. Right. And that's just how far that it goes, all because of an opinion is different, and somebody and it all started off a lie.
Yeah, and it's a lie. And the sad part is, I ain't gonna say no names, but I've seen the people who been on my timeline. Oh, y'all this, y'all that, getting upset, ain't saying shit.
I'm talking about that change the
ain't
whole
shit,
subject.
and won't even talk about it.
I went back to a few people
won't
pages
like a Justy post, won't laugh at it, won't repost it,
but
don't say nothing.
Ain't no memes. The
memes. They gonna be mad when the memes started coming out.
They are.
What?
The memes. The one about the shake.
I was up last night just looking for Justin
Child, the memes
just to
is
make
her.
me laugh.
The one with the rap child, but it was like with the Tupac one.
Yes.
I ain't gonna deny it. I fought back. I grabbed they butt cheeks. Girl, that's my favorite. My favorite.
We was in the car, and then after hearing that damn Tupac, we couldn't even listen to the song.
And then for him to be, here's what I don't like. You the gay Tupac.
That's
the nerve, blasphemy. He said he the gay Tupac. I fought back. I'm the gay Tupac. Really? Like you was really reaching. You really went. Yeah, and to me, the fact that he's hanging on to this, like, I feel like I wasn't, but like you said, it's something wrong there. It's something detached.
I'm about to use just like the white people use. You know, there's some type of chemical imbalance. There's mental
Yeah, we should
issues
get him
that's playing
Some
a factor.
narcissistic.
Like we should definitely get him counseling. And
Yeah,
make sure
he
that,
may have started. His family has been within that. I'm guessing in the spotlight
What is it?
ever since he was
Yeah,
maybe
since he
young.
was young,
So
Yeah.
it's just too much. It built up on him.
Must
it
be.
built up on him. We're
It
gonna
had
have
to
to
be.
get Jesse some
Because
help.
my thing is, if he just would fess up, we could get to the point of saying, okay, now why? Because that's what people want to know. Like, people ain't even really mad. I think the reason why most people may be upset and picking is just the fact that he's not owning it. Like, the longer you don't own it, the longer you sit here and drag it along, of course people gonna sit here and keep ragging you. But if you own it and say, yo, I effed up, blah, 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 now we want to know the why. Why?
But
Why,
people don't
Jesse?
want to be held accountable for their actions.
No.
And he feel like, you know, I don't have to explain to y'all why I did it. I did it, and it's what it is.
He just
Like, and that's some people. Period. They feel like, okay, and
I don't
fucked
think
this
he
up,
will
but
ever admit to
Nah.
it. Like,
he probably admit to his lawyer,
even
but
years
that's it.
from now, he's gonna be like, you know, there were things that transpired back then.
I can't
but
go into the
can't go-
details. I can't go
He's
into the
never gonna admit
details
it.
of what
He's
happened.
never
Well,
gonna admit it.
here's my thing. I'm at a place now where I told my husband, I don't even have a problem with white people being racist. And let me tell you why. Because, for one, I want to know just who the fuck you are. I don't want to have to guess. I don't want to have to assume. I don't need you smiling in my face talking about bless your heart. When in reality, you like nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a problem with a white person not liking me for my skin color. That's your personal opinion. It's motherfuckers who like you for way, way less shit. Just because you walk, you know, like, let's not act like we don't have people who like you, who don't like you because the way you wore your hair that day or the shoes that you wear. So we have people who dislike us for way less, for mine, well, just as less as the color of my skin. So my thing is, the problem I have with white people is you ain't got to like me for my skin color, but all I say is respect me. And don't say it's impossible, because it's plenty people you don't like that you respect. It's plenty people that you work with that you don't like.
I'm pretty sure you work
but
with
you
them,
respect them. You know what I'm saying? They might not be somebody you hang out with, but you may respect the fact that, hey, they do their job. You know what I'm saying? They do run it. They run it like this, and I respect the way they run, or I respect their hustle, or whatever the case may be. So what I say is respect me. And maybe that's some of the problem, because I feel like black people want white people to have this change of heart and suddenly be like, I love black people. I like black people. I have no problems or no hesitations about seeing the skin color. And maybe we're looking at things in a wrong way. Maybe we shouldn't be trying to make white people like us or not see our color, because I'm motherfucking black and I want you to see that I'm black.
Well, we
maybe
all see color.
Yeah.
That's why I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
When people say I don't see yes, you do.
Yeah.
And it's more often with white people, because I hate when I'm at work and I ask them how somebody looks when they're reporting something to me.
And they don't
Lord,
like
they got to beat around the bush. Tell me what kind of earrings the person had.
Instead of just saying he black.
The long socks. Was he black or white?
That'd be my
question.
first question.
When my husband was saying something, talking about, it was the situation with the girl with the red dress. I was like, what girl? It was plenty of girls with the red dress. With what? The white girl? I mean, what? She white. Like that's not a bad thing. It's not bad to describe somebody and say you white. It's not bad to describe me and say I'm black. What's bad is when you describing a black person and you know they ain't do the motherfucking crime. That's the problem. It's not the problem when you pick out somebody or you describe somebody because that's the way they goddamn look. What's bad is if you say they black and you ain't sure if they black or white, you don't know what the fuck they is. So maybe you should say, I don't know. They got a light skin. They look like they maybe could be black or biracial or Hispanic. I don't know. Like, the whole point is, at the end of the day, I kind of feel like black people be trying to still in some way trying to find some acceptance with white people, and I'm like, I feel like we're past that. Stop trying to get white people to accept us. Like, it is what it is. What we should be trying to get is respect. Respect me. Pay me equally. You know what I'm saying? Give me the job that I'm worth. Promote me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. Damn, if you like me.
Went to that restaurant and the guy lied and said we had to have reservations. I wasn't calling back up there because it's like, you know, you gonna let me in and I want you to care about how I feel right now when you did that. It was a matter of, I'm about to irritate you.
Yeah.
I'm about to sit on this phone and irritate you and make you stumble all over your life that you just did. Because I'm not gonna come back over there. I don't want to come back. But I'm gonna irritate you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send an email and I'm gonna send them another email. Not get a response, by the way. But I'm gonna just irritate you.
Yeah.
That's all.
And
you irritated me by being disrespectful and lying to me. So I can agree with that.
Most of us would, you know, like, it was a situation here, I think, with the club, and they wanted to boycott and wanted all the black people to go down there and boycott Deco and stand out because they didn't want to, they was discriminating on black people coming in, like the way that black people was dressed. They was like, oh, you can't wear a baseball cap at a white person or somebody would go in. And so I just made this statement. I was like, well, why do you care when it's so many different clubs to go to? If they don't want to respect you, patronize somebody else.
Yeah. And
the response to me was, well, we, you know, our ancestors, or, you know, Martin Luther King and the people before us fought for our equality, for segregation to be over with, and for us to just allow them to do that, that's just like they did that in vain. No, it's not. They fought. They fought for segregation to be over because there was no place we could go. There wasn't no. It would be a grocery store one grocery store in the town, and it would say whites only.
Yeah,
and
we have to travel.
We have to travel far, or we have to get the old nasty food. So they fought for us to be able to get in places because it was necessity. They was there. But now that we have evolved as a country and a society, it's so many more places to go. So why do you care about patronizing a place that don't want you there?
That's
go
crazy.
Somewhere else.
And for them to say, well, Martin fought for this, like, you seen the episode of Boondocks when Martin came back? I died for this. Like, he wouldn't even let you in his club. Some of the shit that they be wearing downtown, like, why you come out like this? Like, no, sir, you can't get in. And your friends shouldn't let you come out with them like that. Like, you look like you about to shoot somebody or rob somebody. Don't be mad at white people because I'm doing the same damn thing. I'm locking my door too. Like, no, like, you should carry yourself with pride.
Right,
like, our ancestors carry themselves with pride. So why are you?
At the end of the day, if you want to say, well, I want to speak to your manager and this is why, even if you don't go in, you do have that right. Yeah, because I am...
Yeah, you have the right to.
Because people have to. You gotta treat people.
You have the right to make a complaint.
You gotta treat everybody equally. You just got to. I mean, today I had some prospects that were very questionable. They were white, but even my white employee looked at them like. But with the job I do, you have to treat people equally. You gotta treat everybody the same. Because as soon as you don't, you know, you either losing out on money for your business or whatever, and they approve.
But I don't mind you going, and I didn't even mind her. Like I don't mind like when people say, "Hey, don't patronize this place. They don't want us in here," and you want to spread the word, and you know what I'm saying, you want to write letters and talk about, you know, their bad business practice. I'm okay with that. But no, I don't feel like you need to rally all the black people in the community to do a march and a sit-in for a club when it's other clubs you could go
Northwoods
down
Middle
the
School
street
ain't got no good
and
hits for their black kids.
and then even less than that, like if you think about it, if all of y'all black people would have just went somewhere else for say 3 months, y'all say, hey, we ain't going to this club for 3 months. See how quickly they would have been trying to market to y'all to come back. Like,
or maybe they wouldn't. You never know. I mean,
maybe
it's big like that in Colombia and 5 Points. They discriminate on black people all the time.
But you know what? But look at Colombia. That's a prime example. Colombia discriminates on black people. They don't like us to come and patronate places down in downtown and Vista. But if you come and look in Colombia, you see how it's not maintained well. Like you can tell, like whereas Charleston is steady building and you can see that it's growing. We go back to Colombia and be like, dang. Like it just looked like it's getting more worn down.
Unless you go straight to Colombia and the mall. Other than that,
it looks more worn down and worn down. And why is that? Because you losing money. And why are you losing money where you cannot build up and make Colombia sustainable and modernize it? Because you are racist and you're not willing to take money from people that's outside of your race. So what eventually happens to cities and places and businesses that don't want to take business on from black people or any other person? They go down. And Colombia is a reflection of that. When I go there, I be like, it just like I look at Colombia and be like, Lord, it just look like it get worse and worse every day.
I ain't know that. I just when I go to Colombia, it's
going to the
like
mall?
Colombia. Nah,
But see, but she say it look like Colombia because you ain't from there.
Like, so
but we know from when we were younger how Colombia looked to how
and
it look
you
now.
go to Fort Jackson, like you just go to that area or on base, and that's pretty much because once you go straight to where you going,
that's it. I go to my uncle's
Don't
house.
ride through the town.
And my uncle live on base. That's it.
Yeah, don't ride through the town because like where I was raised, Broad River, like Broad River didn't look like how it look now. You know what I'm saying? Broad River looked like a river,
the
like
side of town that I initially grew up on.
Yeah,
like Beltline.
Yeah,
it didn't used to look like that.
It didn't look like that.
Mm-mm.
And it looks like that now. And it's a lot of areas where you feel like, dang, like I feel like we should be, like this city should be growing, especially you the capital. We should be growing. It should be, but when you don't want outside businesses going in because you're against big corporations and stuff like that, and you, like when you're that type of city, then there is no growth. And then you start to decline instead of incline, and that's what happened. That's why I say if they would just not go to that business, they could never let you come back in and say we ain't never letting black people back in. Okay, cool. I guarantee you they wouldn't last for another year.
Yeah, black people.
Because money speaks.
They'll start letting black people in.
Thank you. And they'll start letting black people in. So I just feel like with everything, I feel like we need to stop hanging on so much to opinions that people have. Stop letting people's opinions be gospel. I feel like we should be focused more on people's actions and what they do. You know what I'm saying? What you do is more detrimental than your opinion and what you say. So I'm looking at what you do. So you can sit here all day long and not like me. Like, that shit don't bother me when I see somebody sitting down and they got somebody recorded somebody and they've been in their house and they talking about these niggas, that, and the third. Okay. Just long as you don't say that shit to my face, as long as you don't be disrespectful to me, like, I don't, like, that's you. Like, just don't display that to me. And the only time I feel like it may be a conflict and it's a problem is if you sit in the business of servicing other people. You know what I'm saying? That's when it could be a problem because I don't know if your mentality is going to affect the way you service me if you were a doctor or a nurse or what I'm trying to do. But other than that, I don't give a damn about what you like and what you don't like. And maybe that's the problem even with Jussie. Oh. That's your phone. It's just vibrating, but it's on the table. But yeah, I just think that with the Jussie Smollett situation, I think that's probably why everybody getting so uptight, because they feel like people like saying, well, I don't believe what he's saying. Like, it negates
kind of like
him.
we didn't stand behind each other at first.
Yeah,
so,
like we're we're against him.
I saw all the prayers, and I was like, oh, what happened? Oh, wow, babe, you heard about that? Yeah. Oh man, that's messed up.
No, I like
that was
after my first thought of
conversation.
this is bullcrap. They normally out with people. My second thought is, I can't believe once again Black America is following up this shit without seeing the second side of it. Like, you just learn with Lil Bow Wow. You just you see it, you see one side of the story.
That did
happen. I was like, Lil
Right.
Bow Wow ain't touched that girl, and she done beat all on him. And then I look at the video, I'm like, he deserved that shit.
No,
I would
listen,
have stopped the elevator and whooped Bow Wow ass.
Listen,
I promise you, I would have been beat.
I said the exact same thing when I seen it and people was posting. I commented because I seen the show, so I seen how the girl acts. Like she, it's like it's a toss between them two. Mm-hmm. It's like sometimes she may be the aggressor and get upset and blah blah blah, and he kind of be like, go ahead with that. And sometimes he be the aggressor. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now on the show, a lot of times they show her being the aggressor. Mm-hmm. Now that could definitely be the fact that Bow Wow produces the show. You know what I'm saying? So maybe the way they set it up, he sets it up to where they don't show.
She was the initial aggressor when you saw the photo.
I thought it was because how she's portrayed on the show. I was like, okay, well, I was like, I'm not. When I first saw it, I was like, I'm not surprised because how she act on that show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Growing Up Hip Hop. That's the show that she's on and he's on together. And Bow Wow produces the show Growing Up Hip Hop on Atlanta. And they're always like, it'll always, like in the club, they had her, because he was talking to Lil Mama. They had, she was like, all in his face. And, and she's got caught saying stuff like, oh, if you keep talking to that bitch, you better let her know I beat that bitch ass, I beat your ass, and on and on and on. So, it's like, it was easy to assume, like, okay, she probably once again been in his face, getting on his nerve,
that was not the case.
Doing what he was doing. So when I saw that footage, I was like, but see, that's the difference with me. I'm not ashamed to come back because I came back and I was like, oh well, shit,
laughed when I first
he got that. He got what he fucking deserved. Now you provoked that shit. You pushed me. Mm-hmm. And you got what you fucking deserve. And I came back and said that. Like, I don't have a problem. If I'm wrong, if I miscalculated something, I would say, I miscalculated. My bad.
Yeah.
That ain't how that shit happened. Girl, my bad. But at the same time, I don't sit around here and be making posts and just be going on and on like, that's what that bitch get. Like, I don't do that.
And I get that. It just, like, I don't know. Maybe I will say I am so anti-media. Like, when it first come out, I'm like, nah, let me see first. Like, the school I went to, I was taught to investigate a situation before before. So, I look at everything, and my reaction to it is probably fucked up to a lot of people because I laugh at the shit like, whatever. They celebrities, they actors, they actresses. All this fake to me. I seen the movie Wag the Dog. A green screen can change everything. Yeah. So it's just like, whatever. We'll see. Makeup will make you look dead or alive. That's up to you. Like these actors and stuff, they know what they're doing. So it's just like, I don't know. Before I get fooled by this TV, before I become bamboozled, let me just do a little research and. I don't know.
But like that goes with everything. That goes with
it does.
Just them, that goes with politics. Like I can say, I didn't just condemn what's her name, Kamala, to the fire because she was a prosecutor. I was like, well, let me hear more about her views.
Yeah.
Let me listen more to what she has to say before I say I'm gonna support this person wholeheartedly. We have a whole lot of candidates,
because they
can't jump to conclusions.
Because they did jump to conclusions with her with the situation.
They closed
with
the door
the hot sauce. What's it? Not the hot sauce thing, but with the rap thing. She never said that She never said that she listened to Tupac and Biggie when she was in college. She never said that. But I did hear her. She did say that she when she said, yeah, I go in and I pop my tape in, and she said she listened to somebody. I was like, now, Kamala, stop it. You know, I said that when, I'm not gonna lie, when I watched her interview, I was cringing. I was like, don't say that.
I think she's trying to pander too hard because y'all just shut the door on the damn lady because she said she was a prostitute and now just like cancel that bitch. Cancel her.
Now she's shucking and jiving, and I feel like you're black. You don't have to shuck and jive. You're black. You don't have to shuck and jive. You're black. You went to a HBCU. You're black. Your dad is Jamaican. You're black. Like, why are you trying to pander? We are not, black people are not, and that's what I kind of did not like when she came on the Breakfast Club, because it just felt like she was pandering. She had to make references to hip-hop, like Cardi B and stuff like that. Like, girl, you like my mama age. I know you ain't just listening to Cardi B like that. You probably listen to Aretha or Donna Summers or Diana Ross, or maybe you listening to Barbara Streisand. But guess what? Black people don't just only listen to black, artists. We listen to other stuff. We're not monolithic people. We're not just one freaking way. We have black people who like cosplay. We have black people who like punk. Who like, that's why they have Afro punk, who likes punk rock. We have black people who like Mozart and Beethoven. We have Bach. We have black people.
Wear Vans.
Yes, and wear Vans. Like we're not monolithic. So
I feel like y'all talking about me now.
When we are black, when you black, you just black. You don't have to prove blackness because you are what you are. We're not monolithic people, so stop trying to, cater to what you think defines black people as a whole. Like, no, that don't
and people
define
stop
us.
canceling people.
Yes,
Jesus.
and black people at the same time, we can't sit here.
They're too busy being sheep to the media.
But see, that's why I said black people, we can't sit here and get mad and say we ain't all the same. We're not just one type of people. But then as soon as we have a black person that comes into our life and they're not what you normally see in your community, you ready to be like, that bitch can't. She trash. Because you ain't know, she a prosecutor. Like, do y'all know how many motherfucking black prosecutors are out this motherfucker? Like, really? Are y'all canceling every black police officer out here? Because while there was issues about black police officers, about police officers killing black people, there still was black police officers. Some of y'all relatives been black police officers. Y'all wasn't canceling them. Like, how you gonna cancel a prosecutor? Do you know that if somebody commit a crime to you, murder your loved one, rape you, who the fuck you think taking on your case and taking that shit to court? It's a prosecutor. It ain't a defender. What's going on? Like, we kind of like, I don't understand what we be thinking sometimes. Like how we act and how we think.
We do too much.
We do way
and that's
too
everybody,
much.
The media period.
Girl, the media makes me sick.
They just react.
You right. That's another problem.
Like,
React. Don't look stuff up, because had y'all went and looked up Justin, you might not be right.
Or if they would have simply read it in its entirety. Like, it just sounded fucked up. Like,
you getting
and the same part that got you was the same part. You still got that shit around your neck.
Yeah,
like the first initial reaction you're gonna do is somebody put something around your neck is to snatch it off. Like,
right,
you still got that shit around your neck. Like, did you forget it was there?
No. Besides all of that, they put the noose around your neck just far away. It was just.
Did somebody drag you? Like,
yeah. Did they drag you? Was they about to hang you? Or was it just
playing cops and robbers?
Was it just like I'm gonna show you, so they can see?
Was it a tree around?
I don't know.
Was it long rope?
Like
short rope? I don't know.
Why the manager didn't take it off? That's my thing. Like, I understand being in shock.
Why no?
Before.
Why when you call the manager? Why when the manager say, call the police, I'm on my way? Cause if somebody call me and say, I just got attacked and beat up, I'm like, yo, I'm on my way, call the police, I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? When you call the police, after you call them, you know what I'm saying, call me back. Or I'll be like, I'll call the police. Why, like, what your manager was like, oh, it's just too many holes in that store, Jesse. You know,
it's a lot.
I ain't denying it.
A whole bunch of fun.
I fought back by rubbing they butt cheeks. Okay. We gonna go to I'm sorry, that's my
I'm done with Justin.
I fought that.
No, I like the one that said the different shapes, and it was like octagon, different stuff that said his career gone.
No.
I don't know
that McDonald's.
I don't know.
Yeah, your sauce. In there.
Yeah.
With that Justin face on it.
Your sauce in the bag.
Yeah, oh
You
yeah.
lying.
I tell you, Justin, you our household
They
name.
need to
You the
bring
face of the lion.
one back.
From
Why
now
you
on,
always
when
lying?
people lying, all they gonna do is put it instead of
You
saying
a
why
Justin
you lying.
ass nigga.
Yeah, you was old Justin, you old smothered ass. nigga. That's what you
You know,
probably did.
smell it. Now you know that's what it's gonna be now. It's gonna go on to our great grandkids. They ain't even gonna know smell it came from somewhere. They gonna be like,
You're an
well,
emoji.
back in the day, it
You're
was
an
a
emoji.
it was
It'll
a
be
man
somebody
named
grandchild.
Justice Smollett. And they lied about it. They
might
be like,
have been- you
Mommy,
ever
he's
heard-
smiling on me.
It ain't
He's
gonna be the boy who cried
smiling
wolf.
on
It
me.
ain't gonna be the boy who cried wolf no
No,
more.
you smell it.
I know in the test they say people were drunker than Cooter Brown, and we still trying to figure out who's
Who
Cooter Brown.
Brian?
So now we know, Jesse.
Oh, well, we're going to go into
That's funny.
our last topic for today, and it is, can black women truly be feminists, and are we benefiting from the woman/Me Too movement? Do I need
Any woman's movement or women's movement, I say women's, any women's movement has never been for the black women.
Thank you.
Never,
These
ever
white
black
bitches.
women. Even from the beginning when they started it, the things they were fighting for, it has never been for us, whether they say, you know, equal rights in the workplace.
We were talking about white women.
They were talking about white women.
Oh, let's not.
Plus, we were already working.
Yeah, we were.
And still not getting paid at
We
that
were.
time, even when they, you know, got into where they needed to be so they can work and so they can vote. It was never for
I'm
us.
gonna tell you, for one, when I hear a black woman say they're a feminist, I cringe on the inside. I be like, "Argh." Like I cringe because I be like, I'm like, do y'all understand what feminist is? Like, for one, let's go back to history. Go look up the woman who founded the feminist movement.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same woman who was a racist. Okay? She was a racist. For one, how can we be part of a feminist movement that is founded by racists, and at the time when she conducted the races, we were slaves. We still were, black women were still slaves. So, my thoughts about the women's, there is no women's feminist movement when it comes to black women because there is no intersectionality. Meaning that you cannot say you for a women's movement, but when the R. Kelly shit came out, we ain't seen none of them hoes, and I say hoes HEAUXS, so it's respectful, politically correct. I ain't seen none of them Me Too hoes on the front line holding up no mute R. Kelly, tweeting it, talking about, oh, this is crazy, like, this is devastating. I ain't seen them hosting no rally. I ain't seen them doing no marches. I ain't seen none of that when this R. Kelly shit happened. So how the hell can you say you want to be a part of something that ain't a part of you? I don't understand that. I've never understood that. Ever. How can I say that I want equal pay? How can you as a white woman say, come with us and fight for equal pay when I don't even get equal what you get?
Right.
You worried about getting equal pay as the white man, bitch. I'm trying to get what you
your
get.
pay.
I don't get what you get
I ain't
paid.
got that yet.
But
Exactly.
as rumors tell it, bitch, I don't even get the same credit score you start off with. Cause let rumors tell it, they start us off at what, a 6.4 640, and white people get started up at a 720. But I don't even get my. So how can I it's no way you can fight for women's rights without first fighting for the rights and the inequality of black women.
Right.
Like
yourself.
You can't have me fight about equal pay when I don't even get equal to your pay. You can't tell me to fight for sexual assault when half of my family came from my great grandmother being raped probably by your great granddad.
You ain't got to do all them greats.
I ain't got to do all them greats.
You ain't really
I all the great greats. How can I?
Two greats. That's it.
Yeah, how can I fight for sexual assault when I'm here and I exist because my great grandmother was sexually assaulted? You know what I'm saying? Like that's how
how can you fight for it when it's coming from black women when they talk about sexual assault and it's not taken the same as with a white girl? Even when a white girl shows up missing versus a black girl shows up missing, like it doesn't get the same response.
Dave Chappelle said it. What was the girl? She was like 15. What the white girl was like 15 across the street or something at the people house that they kidnapped. But then a 9-year-old black little girl chewed through tape and got home blocks away, and it was just like, but she was 15. But she was 9.
Yeah.
The fuck you like? And they looking. I'm like, I know when I was 15, when nobody kidnapping me. Like, she got to be the slowest 15-year-old in the world. Like,
but that's
clearly.
But that's
this 9-year-old clearly is a genius. she chewed through tape and walked home. And you right around the corner down the street in the same neighborhood.
It must have been a white person that tried to kidnap her child. Or crackhead. You know a crackhead would do some shit like that. Put some damn tape around you because he high. He's just trying to get a hit. And he like, we got to find something to tie up with. Go, get some tape in there.
I ain't gonna lie. If a crackhead from where I'm from kidnap me, you know I would consider yourself dead because they real the good. And things that they do. But they crack. I ain't messing with no crackhead.
Listen.
They smart. They be some of the smartest people in the world.
True.
And they end up on crack, but yet they know how to make a meth lab. They know how to kill you in a second.
It could have been a white crackhead. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. But even going back to the Me Too movement, that was founded by a black woman. However, they took that, ran with it. What's her name? Alyssa Milano. They took that, ran with it, and the only reason we would that is she did do that, and the only talking about something she didn't know. God, bitch, they should get on my nerves with that shit. I didn't know that. I thought I made up the Me Too. Oh, you just thought you woke up and the Me Too movement just by Me Too. Bitch, you saw that shit on somebody's post.
The Charm Girl?
Yes.
She could have made it up. Why you ain't been screaming Me Too?
Yeah. But the whole point is that's what they do. Listen, it's not a shock. They've been stealing for years. But the whole point is how can you I can't really support the Me Too movement. I can support women. I can support women empowering women. I can support pushing women. I can support the protection of women. I can support all of that. I cannot support the Me Too movement because, for one, you don't even recognize the person who started it, which was a black woman. I secondly cannot support the Me Too movement because y'all never speak on anything that goes on with black women. Right. It's only publicized and headline when it's
I don't know. Have they been out there saying Me Too?
No.
It's because my sister is not getting paid what I get paid.
No.
My black sister here next to me is not getting paid what we get paid.
No.
And we have to start with them. They're not doing it.
No. And then they had the Women's March. I didn't give a damn about that Women's March. I said I don't care about that Women's March because they're going to take the shit over. Because the women who started it is a black woman, is a woman who is, I believe, I don't know what descent she is, I think she's Middle Eastern, she's a Muslim. And then the other woman, she's Hispanic. You would never know. No, you never see them because when they went to partner with the white woman who they partnered with, it took over. And once again,
it took over.
They took it over once again. And once again, we're pushed to the what? To the back burner. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I can't support that. And thirdly, I can't support that shit because half of them, y'all know half of them hoes, HEAUXS,
but
half of them
my
hoes
thing
voted
is-
for Trump. So how you finna say it?
But
I be marching when you vote for Trump.
They marched after
Voting for Trump.
voting for Trump.
How
Like
you
if all of y'all who went to that, you cannot possibly tell me all the women at the women's march
And it was a lie. Ain't vote for Trump.
didn't vote for Trump.
You know they did.
Some of y'all voted for Trump.
Some.
That's legit how you won.
I
Like
would
white
say
women.
some. I ain't gonna say all of them.
Like,
Majority
A
of
good
y'all
bit of y'all vote for
voted
Trump.
for Trump.
And got the
then you
audacity.
marching because Trump said grab him by the pussy.
He said that before you voted for him.
Exactly.
They ain't
shit
kinda-
still
Now you appalled.
But then if that's the thing, they ain't
Trump said
appalled.
we don't know what we want. Sometimes you just gotta grab him by the
Grab him by the pussy.
that video was funny though, bro. Like, I'm sorry. I said, oh my god.
Ain't got the nerve to be out there. How the hell you marching when you know you don't
know
vote
you
for
voted
him?
for him.
You don't vote for
Either
him.
that or I'm gonna give some of y'all the credit. Because you didn't vote at all.
And you still voted for him.
But you out there marching.
That's why
Cut it out.
I don't get that. And I'm like, and I ask women, I'm like, well, why don't y'all push the womanist movement? And a lot of people like, well, it's the same thing. No, it is not. The womanist movement is not the same thing. The womanist movement was created by Alice Walker. She's the one who wrote The Color Purple. And yes, and it was created by her because there was no intersectionality with the feminist movement. And she said that, and that's why she created it. She said, because we as black women have a lot more struggles of what the rights and what we're trying to get. Whereas you are complaining about equal pay. Well, bitch, we always been working. We've been your mammies. We've been your maids. You know what I'm saying? We've been picking cotton. We've been picking tobacco. You know what I'm saying? We've been bearing your kids. We've been nursing your kids. We've always been working. You know what I'm saying? But what we need to be equal of is the fact that we've always been working. We don't get paid. We don't get respected.
Don't get
You
any
rape us.
recognition for
You
anything.
rape us. You belittle our men. You know what I'm saying? You kill our sons. You know, like, we have a lot more things, you know what I'm saying, that we should be marching for. And the feminist Me Too ain't it. They're not going to tap on those issues. So why are we following up a movement that is not going to support and help our agenda of what we need to do? You know what I'm saying? And it makes me feel like, once again, us as black people are trying to what? Be accepted. And accepted by what? White people again.
I'm mad at people now because in the bookstore they done integrated the black books with the white books. I'm pissed.
They have.
Oh, we don't have an African.
We don't got no
a
African
black love.
We
section.
do not have an African American section in the bookstores anymore because they say it is the least selling section in the store, but the most stolen. And that's
God
a fact.
damn it, black.
That's a fact.
Well, at least we reading.
Right.
Shit.
Maybe
Like-
white people still because
like-
they don't want to be caught buying African American.
Nah, man, I work in the bookstore. They were like, oh, you got the Cartel 7? Like, matter of fact, it happened to Dan. Dan, he called me because he was like, I can't believe it happened. The girl asked him for the Cartel series. That's Ashley and Jaquavius Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
He gave all the ones we got. Because I always talk about them so much, and everybody talk about them now, so
My husband read those.
go to ring them up. They're not there. So he
Uh-oh.
went to the coffee shop, like, well, where the hell they go? They're not there.
Child,
So he said he went on rent or something.
knowing Taquan. I'm just calling her Taquan. Knowing Taquan, that bitch probably selling them shit. Bitch, I got the new cartel,
Like,
bitch.
and he checked the inventory and everything, and she stole all the books. And I'm like,
At least she reads.
they $6.99.
She reads them. Let's
Like-
look at that. She reading or she
But-
stole the
The
seven.
thing is, you ain't even gotta take the book. Like, you can
No,
sit
you
in the
couldn't.
bookstore
You
and
couldn't,
read.
yeah.
Like,
That
you
ain't
can
right.
read the
That
book
ain't
in the
right,
bookstore.
like Chris
Like,
Rock said.
It is
I
not
said, man,
right.
It ain't
It's not.
right.
But my thing is getting rid of that section.
but I'm the only person mad at it. The black people
But-
are like,
but my
oh, good,
thing-
we finally in there. Finally in where? Now
No,
we
getting
can't
rid
find
of
our
that
books.
section ain't gonna stop nobody from stealing the author they looking for.
No, it make it harder to find the author.
Okay.
That is true.
But my thing once again, now we're not like, what the fuck is wrong with, why do y'all have a problem standing, like, I don't have a problem being in the black section.
Well,
I don't have a problem being called black. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with that shit. Like, I'm happy being black. I love black.
But
I don't have
integration
to be
brainwash some people to make them feel like they have to be totally accepted by white people. That's why it's like integration wasn't all it did. It's not. Like, it was some good to it, but there's some bad to it, too.
Some
where,
backlash.
Yeah, where, like, now we feel like we have to have it with the white people instead of having
But
our
see,
own.
that's what Malcolm X was saying.
Yeah, that's
like,
exactly what Malcolm
he never was saying for us to separate ourselves forever. What he was saying was we was not ready for integration because we needed to build ourselves, and we needed to build our own self-esteem and start loving ourselves and loving being black and knowing ourselves and supporting ourselves before we started to integrate with white people. Yeah. Because had we done those things, then we would have been in a position where we were more secure and they wouldn't be able to sell us any and every fucking thing, and we just believe that shit. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
it's like in a relationship, like a woman who gets in a relationship with a man who's more secure and she's more stable and knows herself and loves herself. She's a different type of woman than when she comes in when she's not really unsure. It's like she attaches herself to that man because she's trying to find some identity. And I feel like that's what we do as black people. Like, we feel like we have no identity until we accept us white people, because we don't know nothing else but y'all, because y'all kidnapped us, brought us to America, taught us your tradition, your language. So why don't you accept us? You know what I'm saying? Instead of us, like, I like Julesy, like she says it, what we need to start doing is, guess what? Stop trying to find, we are a culture. Black is a culture. This is a culture. What we are and what we do now. This is culture.
And that's what I told the lady last week when we was standing making a statement. The lady asked us, she said, so what are y'all doing? Like, what is the purpose of this? And I told her, I said, well, a couple of generations ago, probably like 2-3 grandmamas ago, they were sold in here. Now we're able to stand here and watch her make this basket. I'm able to do my poetry. This is our culture. Like, his story has been told. This is our story. So now we're starting. It's like, you know about the Harlem Renaissance. It's the beginning of the Charleston Renaissance. And we start by making a stand. Like, and you see us more than just standing on the block selling drugs. Like, we're standing here and y'all coming to us. So can't nobody call the police on us and say, oh, we doing this. No, we're standing on the steps out of the way of everybody. And y'all coming to us. Now, we could, if we wanted to, be like white people and call the police, say y'all disturbing us. Now, we really could, but I need you to come, because this is what y'all want to see. Y'all want to see black people, but just like they got the statues of the black people and the slaves and the families being separated, now you got us being black mannequins, black queens, black kings, and you can't do nothing but learn from us and accept what we're teaching you, because you stepped to me asking me what I'm doing. So now I'm telling you a fact of our history, and I'm also telling you a piece of my poem, which is my story, our story. And by the time you leave, you probably taught me some of your culture, because you're not white. White people didn't know what to say. They were just like, oh my God, your fabric, y'all beautiful. On my face. Can we touch it? You can't.
I don't be liking that shit. Like, I ain't no damn pets.
Like, but
trying to be touching me.
Other people that was brown like us, like they wanted to tell us about their culture, about the different places in their hometowns that are all the way African, everything, and all kind of stuff. Like, so it was really dope. Like, we met people from all over the world, because they come into Charleston to walk up and down and say black people were sold here. I don't understand why it's the #1 tourist spot. But
because they
white people love that. You know, they say that.
Let me tell you what they call it, because what they're being told when they get here, just like my regional was told.
That
she
rice
was like,
is the biggest import.
She was like, She was like, I'm gonna just tell you what someone told me. They were like that, and she's pointing at the market. They call that the slave market.
And then they whisper
and they
like
still,
it's a secret.
I mean, they said that.
Bitch, we all know.
And I was like, well, that's not what it says. She
but
was
it
like,
does say daughters of Confederacy.
Do y'all call it the slave?
We call it the market, but yes, that is where slaves were sold.
I said, where slaves were told. She was like, but do people? She was like, because I've heard several white people say say, you know, like if I ask, where'd you get that break? From the slave.
Yeah.
She had to whisper it every time because she couldn't say it out loud.
That's funny.
That's crazy. So they still call it
They
the
call
slave.
it the slave
But then
market.
on the flip side, I talked to a customer.
But why are they
at my
so
job.
fascinated with that
So
though?
I've been trying
But,
to figure out.
but
like, white
listen,
people
because
love this
Josie, she was talking about the when they did the African Museum, and she was like she was trying to be able to, I guess, because they give like let bloggers, certain bloggers they're allowed to come to it, but they was like when they did it. They was like getting all these white bloggers to come out there, and she was like, I couldn't understand, like, why would you have them come out and be promoting that? Like, why wouldn't we be the one promoting that? But why are they so fast? Like, it's like they're so fascinated. They don't want to acknowledge the fact that slavery happened, or they want us to hurry up and get over it. But they're so fascinated by it.
And then they want to recreate it by doing the
Oh,
Civil
12
War.
12 years a slave. They always want to make movies about it.
No,
like,
and they dress up and they redo the fucking war. What's the thing where they dress up like and they had the 2 wars of fighting and they play dead? Like white people do that dumb shit.
That?
It's
Yeah,
like the Renaissance Festival or something like.
yeah, reenact.
Like that right there. But I'm like, why do you want to like? So is anybody black in this? You know, it was some slaves standing out there. Like, where's the whole story? Like, but even the what is the angel tree here?
Yeah.
I went to it. First of all, the tree big shit creeped me out.
I want to go see it because I was like, I know it's a lot of slaves that was hung.
Everybody around you don't speak English, and you like, where are the black people? Nobody black is there. They Germans. They from like Venezuela. They from everywhere but America, and they ain't speaking not one lick of English. Like, and it's just like, and you're just like, wow. But why are you here? Like,
But that's why my favorite.
What are you imagining? Like,
that's why my favorite part of Black Panther.
It's a tourist destination.
That's what
in
my
your
favorite.
head, you see this big tree and you know the history of this big
Yeah,
ass
like
tree.
it's like
What
you're
do you
going
imagine?
there
You see dead black
because
people
you
hanging?
know that black people hung from that tree.
You know what? Until someone, and these are for the ones who likes, I don't know, who like to be play baffled or say, "Oh my God," that I really truly believe that there are some white people when they say, "Hey, that's a tourist destination. Let's go to the Angel Oak." They're gonna look at that tree and they're gonna say, "This is like history as far as look at this gorgeous tree. Think about how many years this tree has just been blooming and blossoming, and that's
that was me.
the only thing in their mind." But in our mind, when we go, you know what we saying? I wonder how many niggas they hung from.
But see, I can believe that to a certain extent. But then,
that's why I say
but then I like. That's why I like the beginning of Black Panther when Michael Jordan went in there, and Michael B. Jordan went in there in the museum. And he was asking her questions about it. And all the stuff in there, he had to correct her, was like from Africa, like artifacts from Africa.
Yeah, said,
and it's like, so like how you, like y'all so fascinated with our history and our ancestors and our cultures. You go steal artifacts. You put it up for display. Like, I don't get, like, it.
Well, they can easily do that because it goes to stuff.
You disagree?
That's as simple as where we can't even express ourselves now in the modern times. Like, if a black woman comes into work with purple hair, it's ghetto. Mm-hmm. A white girl throw a purple strain in her hair and it's, oh, you're just so different. I just love how you express yourself.
Yeah, she's eclectic.
Very.
She's eclectic when she do it.
But
I used to feel like that
black people look at each other like, look at that, that's ghetto. Well,
and
tell me what white girl got purple hair who was born with that.
But why do we say that though? Because we've heard it from who? We wouldn't say something is ghetto if we didn't hear somebody else say that it's ghetto. Because if I'm from the ghetto, if I'm from the hood, and purple hair and colorful hair is all I've seen, and that's all I know, I think it's normal. When I don't think it's normal anymore is when I step outside of my environment and somebody outside of my environment looks at me and makes me feel like what I have on is ghetto. Who's saying it's ghetto? They're saying it's ghetto. You know when they saying it's ghetto? When I step outside my environment and I go to my job and they say, Tarika, yeah, I know you like the colorful hair, but we're gonna have to tone it down a little bit, okay? So, let's let's try to keep it, with the neutral colors, okay?
Bro, you got
Thank
white
you,
people
Tarika.
down.
All right, thank you.
They do that. The hoop earrings.
Yeah.
Earrings the size over a quarter.
Yeah.
Quarter and
No,
over, they are not allowed.
studs.
But nowadays,
I should have been fired from my job long time ago. I don't give no fucks. I go to work with my big ass earrings. I go to work even in the bookstore with my hats on, my African stuff. I don't care. Cause you're right. I watch one of my good friends there, Jessie. She dresses like a Barbie doll. She dresses like Sailor Moon and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
No, she dresses very like
And it's
out
eclectic.
of the norm.
It's
And
eclectic.
like the white Catholic women have a problem with that, but for the most part, like when they say, "Oh, your earrings too big," it says who?
Mm-hmm.
Who are they bothering? Like, because I think I could pick up a book with these on my ear.
Yeah, it don't.
Like, I think I can wear the ear thing on there with like
it's
these.
not hurting them,
Like,
but that's
that's
where we get it. So we're
but
brainwashed.
But bringing it back to the Jessie thing, I never had a problem with me wearing my African clothing until a transgender person came into that job and they told her that she could not wear her gay pride shirt. And this heifer say, well, if I can't wear my gay pride stuff, why can Naisha wear her African pride stuff? And I'm like, what the fuck? Did she just say that? Did it just say that?
No,
No, by then I was just like,
well, why they told them they can't wear their gay pride shirt?
I don't
I
know.
would've been
Not
like-
my policy. I
I
was there.
would have told
That's what
her.
they should have
I
asked.
would have told her first of all.
It's a
struggle.
They gave them the shirt. That's the biggest kicker. The company gave out the shirts
The gay pride
and said that they could not wear them to work.
Well,
now, instead of them
here's
focusing
my
on that,
thing.
they want to focus on my African clothing. Now, y'all need to ask this company.
But hey, I would
why
have
y'all
told
can't
them.
do
I
this.
said, first of all, Kitty Boo, whatever your name is, my African attire is not. Hey, everybody know if I don't wear this shirt, you know I'm black. Okay. So,
No, this one don't worry about yourself, moment. You in the hot seat. Don't be bringing me in. That's like one of those kid ass shits. Like, how come? Like, no.
But you know
That's
what?
exactly
You're
how I
in the
took
hot
that.
seat.
That
Like,
brings-
that's not me. Don't be bringing me in.
But no, that brings me to another
Yeah.
subject because I hear a lot of times where they talk about how black people don't be going like, well, I don't hear y'all for, running for the gay community, but I don't hear the gay community running for black people either.
Word, bro. They too busy saying that their gay struggles are the same as our
Which that's
historical
not
stuff, and
fucking
it's
true.
not the fucking same.
Because when you walk out the door, don't nobody know your sexual orientation,
Until you
what you
open
do
your
in
damn
your
mouth.
bedroom, until you open your mouth and say
correct
what
me
you
if
do.
I'm wrong, but hate crime being a federal offense was based on from a gay attack, not from black attacks.
Yes,
From gay attack.
From gay attack. You are exactly right. Cause
So the shit ain't the same.
Yeah, because they love beating our ass and killing us, and it don't be no hate crime.
Right.
Never.
Never been.
Never. And like I say, like you,
We
it's
just-
not.
We
it's
just
not.
got included by default.
Yeah, it's not the same because if you choose to, hence the reason why it's still gay people who are in the closet, because guess what? You can decide that you can choose to stay in the closet or you can choose to, come out the closet. Whereas I don't get to choose to be black and decide I'm not gonna be black today. I don't have that privilege. I can't do that.
I think it comes from their families. Their families don't accept them. Like my stepbrother is gay. My godbrother's gay and my sister. But my stepbrother, he married a man.
Mm-hmm.
And my stepdaddy was just like, oh, that nigga ain't even my son no more. And
That's
we
not-
were just
that's not
like,
cool.
that's not cool because my stepfather's mom is a preacher.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's like, well, we learned in the Bible that you shouldn't be gay. Well, I guess she stopped somewhere along the Bible because it also says love covers all sins.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're going to take a piece of it, then take the
Take
rest
a whole-
of it.
yeah.
And then, so it's kind of just like, I'm glad my brother's not that guy, but if he wanted to, he could take that hatred from his dad and implement that on the world. Like, okay, well, everybody got a problem with me if my dad got a problem with me. Like, and a lot of people,
I think that is.
that's why I said that.
Yeah.
I think that's the case with a lot of people. Like,
Yeah.
their family don't accept them. They're like,
They're
like,
the
nah,
loved ones,
we gonna pray this shit out of you, and we gonna help you with the.
So
throw this whole
basically,
thing away.
what you're saying is you think a lot of the tension between you know, gay people and maybe people who are straight or, you know,
They go
black.
for what you said, looking for acceptance, but it comes from that family.
Yeah, you looking for acceptance, and you feel like how your family sees you, that's how everybody else sees you. And I can understand that, and I can see, and I can see.
A lot of black people go through that too.
And yeah, a lot
especially ones who want to be, like you say, accepted into. You know, what was that movie with the black girl? I don't know if it's a true story or not. With a black girl, she was black, but she was so light she looked white.
Imitations of Life.
That might have been it. And
it's
she
an old movie.
And she like
Imitation of Life.
Pretended like she was white. He had a white guy as a boyfriend, and when her mom came up to her job, she was just like, I don't know that woman.
And then when her mom passed away, she came crying and bawling her tears out at the funeral because she didn't. It's an old movie. It's called Imitation of Life. Watch it, you'll love it, because basically it's a girl who passes for white, and because she gets accepted, like she
stay white.
Yeah, because her mother
worked for
a white family, and the white family, because she was the same age as the daughter of the white family, so they played together and they kind of took her. You know, they kind of took her in. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because she worked for the family, they took her in, and because they took her in, a lot of the people who would come to the house would think she was
there.
White. Yeah, they think she was her. They would think she was white.
Yeah,
so she passed. I think she got raped. I think it was. I think it was a. Yeah. So she went along, and once she started to see that she got accepted and saw how they treated her mother, she didn't want to be treated that way. So she decided to go to pass. And she didn't want nobody to know her mother was black. So if her mother showed up, she would lie and be like, oh, she the maid. Or she would try to not see her mother. Like, if her mother tried to call, she'll try to ignore her. Just to kind of, she was trying to get her past and who she really was far, far away.
Like, that sucked, but can you blame her when she notices that I'm treated better?
Well, I think that comes into, that has a matter of character in it.
Yeah.
And who you're going to be, who you choose to be.
Yeah, that is character.
You know, that has a lot to do with character.
Because if you got good character, you're not going to see your mother be mistreated and feel okay with it. Even though you might be even though you may be tempted to want to pass, you know what I'm saying? You're going to still be like, that's my mom.
Even if you're trying to pass, you ain't trying to pass to the extent that you're going to
neglect your mom to the point where you don't even know she's sick and she died until the owner, because the owner, the white lady, she had to come to her and say, your mom, you know, like she even reached out to her like, you need to talk to your mom, you need to reach out to your mom, and she didn't want to have nothing to do with her.
That's crazy, because like, what did your mom do shit to you, would give you birth? She gave you the life that you're trying to run from.
Yeah. Well, that was the last thing we had to talk about. I thank you ladies for joining me.
Thank you.
We are going to clink our glasses and bid adieu.
I ain't got nothing in my glass.
You ain't never got nothing in your glass anytime. Here, pour a little bit.
I do sip.
You are drunk because you sit right here because you was sitting here drinking.
I'm not drunk. Not yet. What that man say?
You tipsy though.
Driving.
You tipsy though. Oh, talking about, yes. That video with the man and he said that no, don't motherfucking no, bitch.
I've been drinking.
So who was driving? I told you, bitch, I wasn't driving. The other dude was driving. He jumped out. He ran. That's the best damn video ever. I love that damn video. Anyways, y'all, let's clean.
Clean.
All right. Thank y'all for joining us. We will see y'all next time. See y'all later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.